Oh, the devil. Oh, yeah. 3-punch combo. Jab, right cross, uppercut. Anyway, now before we go any further, I have to address a comment I received in my one of my videos recently. And the comment said about this cardigan that I'm wearing now. Nice sweater. Well, it's a cardigan, but with upside down smiley face. Not once, not twice, but 3 up down smiley face. And for those of you who don't know what an upside down smiley face is, it's being sarcastic, like, oh, nice sweater there.
How jolly well do you, sir?
I was about to get the white glove out. But no, so I thought, oh, well, the cheek of it. I like my cardigan. It's a Fred Perry. Do you know how much it's cost me? Frederick of Perry. So I decided, I'll do a poll and see what my audience thinks of my cardigan. So I did a poll and I said, what do you think of my cardigan? And I've put 1, it's the pinnacle of fashion, and 2, awful, homeless people dress better. Okay? And the votes are in. 73% of people said it's the pinnacle of fashion, and 27% have no fashion sense at all. Hey, this is groundbreaking stuff. You know, this is like a poof up there, right? Anyway, so the votes are in. My cardigan is staying, okay? I like my cardigan. And anyway, when someone said they don't like something, I'll wear it all the more. In your face. There. Right, anyway, let's get on with the video. Right, let's get rid of that. Okay. So, as some of you are probably aware, or if you're first watching this video on my channel, you're not aware, but I've done 2 videos so far trying to get a HiFi system off Facebook Marketplace for 150 quid, and no MIDI systems or mini systems, no Chinese little amps, none of that nonsense. I want a decent full-size HiFi system, okay, for 150 bucks. So I've got the speakers, got some Wolfdale 220s, really nice. I've got a Rotel RAO1 amplifier in fantastic condition. If you haven't seen those videos, I'll put links here and in the description box below, so you can go and have a look at that. Ooh, okay. So far, so good. Now, I want to get a CD player, and hopefully I can stick within my budget of £150. But it's been difficult. It's been difficult to find a CD player at the right price and in good nick and not a pile of poop. So anyway, let's have a little look on Facebook Marketplace and show you what I've found so far. Okay, so I've been looking for a CD player to go with what I've already got. Now, as I said previously in my other video, I'm looking for something in silver ideally. There's a few on here. I mean, you got this one here. It's an acoustic solution, but I bet that's a pile of poop, and I did find a review here saying this is an appalling product, total waste of money. And then I seen this one, and I was like, you're joking. This will go exactly with my amp, perfectly, okay? It's the Rotel, it's the RCD02, perfect, same colour, the lot, same styling, perfect. I was like, whoa, how good is this? But here's the dilemma. I've only got a 30 quid budget left, and it's £80. No. Oh, no. No. So I'm struggling here, and I can't really let this go. It's going to be tough to let it go and I don't think I'm going to get it for any less than 70. I think £80 is a good price for it. So I'm going to go in with 70, see if he'll accept 70, and we'll go from there. Now, you say, oh, why didn't you give him 60 or 50? Now, here's the problem what I found when you're trying to go in with silly offers or too low an offer, you know, thinking you're going to be a wheeler dealer, okay? If you go in too low, some sellers take offence at it. They feel like you're insulting their intelligence or whatever, and then they be more reluctant to sell it to you or give you a good price, and maybe not even put the price down at all. So I always think is go in with a decent offer, and they're more likely to accept it. So I'm going to go in with 70 quid and see what happens. Now, I found this review. Look, 2002, I think this is from. And £379, 20 years ago. That's a bit expensive, isn't it? Wow. So, mind you, hi-fi equipment back then was more expensive. And you can see it's got down here, it's got an 18-bit DAC. Most DACs on most modern players now, they do have a 24-bit DAC. And if you think about it, CD's only 16 bits, so why have a 24-bit? Well, it's for the high-res files you can play through USB normally. So, unless you've got a player that plays SACD, then that's a different story. But for most of them under 500 quid, they have a USB. It wants to play high-res files, FLAC files or something, so it's 24-bit. So 18 bits, fine. Okay, that's fine with me. But here's the thing. Got 5-star review as well. Power and poise, plus plenty of drive. High standard of finish and build. Not a quick fix. Needs to be used with good amplification and speakers. Well, hopefully I've got them. Verdict, a great player from the revitalised Rotel range with striking looks and very appealing sound. And I like the sound of that. But here's the thing. Okay, where's that picture? It's got a digital output, coaxial. So in the future, if I wanted to, I could connect it to an external DAC. And also, it's got that 12-volt trigger, which I can plug that in to my amp. Beautiful. Okay, it's got an external remote hole there. So there we are. So look, I've failed. I'm going to go in with 70 quid, but it's not too bad. Look, I've still got, if I can't get this for 70, I'm all in for about 190 quid. That's still under £200 for a decent CD player, amp and speakers. I think I would have done well. It's a shame I couldn't stick to my £150 budget. I apologise, I failed. But anyway, let's message the guy, offer him 70, and we'll go from there. Right, come on, Marsan. Okay, so I'm just here outside the guy's house now to pick up this CD player. He's going to give me a little bit of a demo. Hopefully I'm not in there for ages like last time when I picked up the speakers. Unfortunately, he wouldn't budge on the price. So I'm in altogether now for 200 quid. But look, £80 for that CD player is a pretty good price, especially if it's in good condition, because they're going upwards of 150 quid on eBay. So it's a good price. Anyway, let's go and get it. Have a listen to it. He's going to demo it for me and then get back to the house. Oh, right. So I got it. It's in the back seat there. It's in an RAO3 amplifier box, but that's fine. It fitted perfect. So I'm obviously the same size. Just got to get it home now. God, it was nice though, because he had his own listening room, and I wish I had my own listening room. I'd love to have one. All private. And he had quite a lot of hi-fi equipment as well. Anyway, let's get this home. And here it is. Ooh. Now, you can see why I couldn't pass this up. I had to go over budget and get this. I mean, what are the chances, right, of me finding a Rotel CD player that matches the amp I've just bought and it's silver the same colour on Facebook Marketplace. What are the odds? So you can see I just couldn't turn this down. I couldn't pass this up. I had to get it. It was just, got to have it. I don't care, I'm paying the extra. You can curse all you want in the comments. Yeah, I've gone over budget, but I've still stayed within 200 quid. Anyway, let's have a little look at it. So you've got your power button here. This blue light lights up. I'll turn it on in a second. Got your tray, loading tray here. You got open, close, play, stop, pause, skip track, hold to forward the track. Okay, search, I mean. On the back's not a lot to see. Got your RCA here, left and right. Coaxial digital out. Got your trigger, 12 volt trigger here. I might test that. I haven't got a lead for that at the moment. You can use an external remote, power supply. Nothing, not a lot on the back. Right. Okay, let me just plug it in. Hang on. Okay, I've got it plugged in. Let's power it on. Okay. And it's got a really nice display on here. It's very clear, very standout, especially considering it's 20 odd years old. I was quite surprised at how clear this display is. And also, have a look at this. Have a look at this. I was impressed by this. I don't know if you'll be as impressed, okay? So just pop a disc in now, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. What the? That loads pretty fast. Not that there's any bearing on the sound, but I've had a few CD players in my time, and most recently I've had a Marantz CD 6007. I tried the Yamaha S30 CD 301 or whatever it's called, and I've also tried the Yamaha CD 300, and they were all about the same in loading. They took a lot, almost twice as long, I think, about 6-7 seconds. This loads in about 3 or 4 seconds. This is really zippy. Look, look. Boink. So quick, so quick. Now, obviously, it doesn't play gapless music. It's a 20-year-old player. That doesn't bother me at all. It may be a deal breaker for some. I don't really care about gapless music. But if you skip the track, it goes straight to it anyway. So there you go. The remote is all right. The remote is okay. It's functional. It looks a bit dated now, but it does the job, works well, and it feels well made. And feels nice in the hand. It's only quite thin, you know, not particularly thick or anything, or long, you know, whatever. But it's a decent remote, in good condition as well. One thing I will say about this, let me just get that sealed here in a minute. Let me just get that out of there. Turn it off. One thing I will say about this, it's built like a brick shithouse. and I'm not, why does it weigh so, it feels like, especially it's heavier on this side. Is there a transformer in there? Because it feels like really heavy for a CD player. So obviously, I've got to take this apart and have a little peek inside. Have a little look at our DAC. And try and get some more information on that DAC. But also why it weighs, have they put a house brick in there? So let's have a little peek inside, have a little rummage around in there and see what we've got. Okay, I've got my furry blanket again, stroke the furry walls. That's to save any damage or any scratches to the CD player. And now it's exactly the same as the amp. 1, 2 screws here, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 screws on both sides. So let's get them undone and get in there and have a little look. And here it is. Ooh! Now, again, like the amp I bought, it's very well laid out. They seem to care how it looks on the inside as well as the outside. I don't know. But they always seem to lay out the inside of their amps quite well. Well, this is not an amp, it's a CD player. So there you go. What I noticed though, they got a lot of parts from other companies, a few from Sony, and Sony being the ones that invented the flipping CD player, you would assume that it'd have some parts from Sony. They got a Sony laser there, and that's a KSS 213C laser assembly. Now you can get some fake ones now. This is a genuine part. There's a lot of these lasers about now today. You can get on eBay for a tenner. They're probably not genuine. Over here you got a couple of op amps, boink boink, and they're the Burr Brown OPA 2604 APs, and they've got some of these in the actual integrated amplifier as well. This is a Sony microchip here. That's from Toshiba, that chip there. A couple of parts from Sharp there. So, you know, anyway, so the main thing, power supply over there, right. And obviously I wanted to see where the DAC was. So I was looking for flipping ages trying to find the DAC, couldn't find it. So I'll get up the schematic now online and have a look to see if I can find where the DAC is. Took me flipping ages, even with the part number, so these parts are numbered. Took me flipping ages to find it with the magnifier, and I finally found it. And that's where it is there, look. That's where it says it is. So it must be underneath the board. Why would they put it underneath? Don't know, maybe it covers it or something, maybe it conceals it or whatever, but it's under there, okay? And it's a Burr Brown PCM 1732. Now, you'll have to take my word for it. I'm not taking all this board up to have a look, but that's what online it says what it is. And I said 18-bit multi-level Delta Sigma DAC, 8 times oversampling digital filter, and it plays HD CD. Now, HD CD is supposed to be a little bit better than normal CD, whereas CD is 16-bit, HD CD is 20-bit. So I don't know why this is 18-bit. I'm confused. And also, if you look up the Burr Brown PCM 1732 online now, it says it's capable of 24-bit. So either it's the way it's being implemented into the board, or they've improved the actual chip. I don't know, but I don't know if they even make Burr Browns anymore. Anyway, so that's what it is. All right. Okay, let's get the lid back on. Screw it all back together. Get it connected up and have a listen to it. Ooh. All right. I've been giving it a jolly good listen to. Ooh. Right. And so some of the CDs I've tested it with here. Now, I've got this Pete Tong. It's called Pete Tong. This is Pete Tong, and with the Heritage Orchestra. And it's, if you like dance music, with me I got a very interesting taste in music. Anything goes with me. There's no like one specific genre of music I like. If I like it, I like it. So this is, I like dance music, but sometimes I do like to listen to classical. Would you believe it? Now Pete Tong has got together with the Heritage Orchestra. I think this is a few years old now. And he's got some Ibiza dance classics mixed with the Heritage Orchestra classical. Really good. Anyway, really good. The reason I tested the CD player with this is because I wanted to listen how well it handled the bass, and I wanted to see how well it picked out the orchestral instruments in the music. And I have to say, really good. The detail retrieval on this is flipping fantastic. I was able to pinpoint each instrument. I was just, oh, that's the violins, that's the sim. I mean, I know you can do it on some other pieces of equipment, but it was very easy with this. It's very clear. The instruments separated fantastically, really good. I have to say the implementation of the DAC in this is great. You know, I did mention before that you could get an external DAC. Probably no need for one. The DAC does a great job. The sound in it is really good. The bass, fantastic. And like I said, the Wharfdale 220s, they're not the best as going really low, but they do give some nice, crisp, clean bass. but they don't go
Deep down.
but through the CD player, it was the bass was really good. What else did I play? Now, I got this Squeeze Greatest Hits, and the way it was produced and recorded, on some of the tracks, it can be a little bit flat, and I have to say, it sounded better on. I'm not saying it was perfect, but it sounded better than on other CD players I've played it with this. It could be the amp as well, you know, it could be, but I felt it was it brought the best out of this CD. Then I tried some female vocals, but a Kate Bush. And Kate Bush's voice was spot on, right there, really nice. Wasn't shrill. She can't sing quite high. It was portrayed beautifully. And then obviously you've got to chuck in a bit of rock. And Led Zeppelin are also renowned for, you know, not being the best produced. They played some great music, but not the best produced sound on some of the tracks. But again, Rotel did a fine job of reproducing them. And I thoroughly enjoyed listening to that. Then finally, the pièce de résistance was I've just recently bought this remastered Beatles Blue album. And what they've done with this is that they've used AI to get the old tracks, separate all the instruments, and remaster them all back together, making them proper pure stereo. Because stereo in the 60s was in its infancy somewhat. I mean, some of the early Beatles tracks are in mono. So they used to just put voices in one side and then the drums and the guitars in the other, and just stuff like that. So they've remastered it to separate the stereo better. I'm not exactly how they've done it. Done it with the same AI computer. They've picked all the instruments and voices out. They've done it with the new Beatles track here. What's it called? Now and Then. There are 9 new tracks on there that it wasn't on the original Blue album. And I have to say, it sounds so much better than the old Blue album. Way better. It's really, the drums are more punchy, the voices are more clear, the stereo separation is far better. Done a really good job of this, really good job. The only grumble I will have is that I paid $23 for this double CD, which considering what it is not bad. I mean, I think the album, if you want to buy the record, the vinyl, it's like 60 quid or 80 quid. It's lots. It's this stupid cardboard case. The chuffing hell's all about? Because when you like, you don't really want to touch the CD. I suppose you can sometimes you got to, because it won't come out, and you've got to grab it with your flipping hand and leave a fingerprint on it. Oh, son of a! But it does come with a nice little booklet, you know, and it's got the lyrics in there as well. So, I mean, but I was well impressed with the sound of it. Really good. Well, if you're into the Beatles, definitely worth a buy. Anyway, I'm digressing away from the CD player. So, CD player, really, really good. I mean, I'm only doing this from memory. The CD 6007, that had good reviews. And I would say this is as good, if not a teeny bit better. But again, I could be using a bit of bias here. I haven't got the CD player. I've sold it now. I haven't got it to compare it directly to. But from memory, it's as good, if not a little. And I think actually the detail retrieval is a little bit better. And that's saying something, because the CD 6007, by all accounts, is a decent player. Look, the only thing it hasn't got gapless playback. You haven't got a headphone socket on it, and you can't put a USB stick into it. None of that bothers me, but it may be a deal breaker for some. Anyway, that's the end of my hi-fi journey. I didn't manage to get it for 150 quid, but I got it for 200, and I think for £200, this is a good system. I sat here and listened to the headphones on it the other night, and I sat down, and I got a bottle of Penderyn. I had a couple of whiskies with my headphones on, and they're all right headphones. They're Sony XM2s, they're getting on a bit now. They're all right headphones, and I plugged it in, listening to it, and I was like a pig in muck. Oh, it was lovely. Just spent the evening, just had a few, not too many. The bottle looks empty, but I've drunk that before. Okay, but I didn't drink it all in one night. I would have been steaming. But I had a couple of nice Penderyn whiskies, Welsh whiskey. Oof, if you haven't drunk it and you like whiskey, deal yourself in. Oof, lovely. But I'm really pleased with what I've done, what I've accomplished for £200. I've had a lot of fun doing it. It's been really enjoyable, sometimes a bit stressful, but I've really enjoyed making these 3 videos. I feel a bit gutted now, it's over. I'm like, oh, what do I do next? It was like so much fun, you know, and especially going to these people's houses and seeing their audio equipment and listening to their audio journey and what they're doing with their audio. It's been really fun. I've really enjoyed this video. And I hope you've enjoyed it too. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want.